All right, folks. We
Don't
are
check.
live
Did we do the
on
thing?
YouTube.
Do the thing? Yeah.
We're not, yeah, we're live on YouTube, just like we're live on TikTok because Johnny is doing his thing. I'm Spiked Rob. TA finally made it. And
Thank
this
you.
is technically a Bracket Boys
This is
episode.
a Bracket Boys sponsored by Spike, sponsored by. We're live on TikTok. We're going to talk a lot. I talk a lot. I use my hands a lot. I'm half Guinea, but we don't know if we can say that. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Let's talk college basketball. Johnny's back in the driver's seat. Johnny feeling good. Johnny's looking good. He's got the good hats on. He's got the good attitude. Let's talk basketball. Who knows who's going to win it all? Who gives a shit? Let's root for upsets. Nobody cares if Gonzaga or Duke wins. Nobody gives a shit.
Well, okay.
Upsets.
Let's say this up front. After all the shit that Duke has done terribly during this last year of Coach K's retirement tour, this is the year that they're going to win it all with having
you think Duke's going to win it all?
I think that everyone and their mother.
He thinks Duke's going to win it all. What the fuck are we doing here?
Because that's what's going to fucking happen in the last year for the farewell tour. After he lost at Cameron to North Carolina, after he lost the ACC championship.
This is Rob. He's really pretty, smart. This is Taylor. He's even prettier. Listen, I got a question from the chat. This is how we're going to do this today. It's going to be a clusterfuck. We're trying something different. How confident are we in Norfolk State stealing one?
Well, can we actually go through it, or are we just going to do random ass shit?
Who do they have first round? They're 15, I believe.
They're 16 playing Baylor.
They should have been a 15 seed because they're actually a good team. They went to the tournament last year.
Yes.
They're not going to pick it. If they were a 15, I'd say, because the two lines a little soft. SAWFT, soft. So, if they were 15, I'd say they'd get one, but I don't think they are. I mean, they'll give a game for about a quarter and a half. Or half and a quarter. So 3 quarters. 3 quarters of 2 halves.
Jesus Christ.
I talk too much. This dude is saying I talk too much. Listen, these people don't know despite college football show. Guys, we had over 60 people just watching us on TikTok. That's more than we had all last year, the whole college football season.
Well, yeah, but that's because you were just talking about cards and shit.
Well, shut up, bro. All right, now let's go over the bracket.
All right, so let's start. Do you want to start with Norfolk State? I mean, that's a 16 versus a 1.
No, just start with the top of the left. Go Gonzaga. Gonzaga's playing who?
Georgia State.
Georgia State.
Well, Georgia State was severely underranked. I thought that they should have been a 14. The Sun Belt's not that bad of a basketball conference. Shout out Chanticleers, Chants for life. Let's go. Chant up every day. That's not a gang sign. That's chanting up. Don't worry about it. I agree. I mean, Gonzaga rolls them, right? Not even.
Yeah. I mean, at least the BPI on this, Georgia State had a BPI of 137. That seems pretty low.
Yeah.
So anyway, 8 and 9 seeds. Boise State versus Memphis.
I mean, Boise is a good team this year, but Memphis is getting hot.
They won the Mountain West.
Yeah, but Memphis is getting hot. They're getting healthy. They got Penny Hardaway. Don't forget Larry Brown. So bad.
But they're
Arkansas
is either going to lose this game by 15 or they're going to go to the Final Four. I don't know. What do you want me to do here?
Arkansas is extremely strong. And that's the thing is if it was any of the other 4 seeds, like fucking Ohio State, then I would say Vermont has a really good shot.
These SEC schools are either they're feast or famine. But I'll pick Arkansas. I'll pick Arkansas.
Well, I mean, yeah. I just don't think Vermont matches up well with them.
They were a bunch of tall guys. Boy 15. Vermont's going to lose in a heartbreak.
There you go.
I like that pick, Ratchet Boy.
All right. Alabama versus either Rutgers or Notre Dame.
Okay. Now, when I said feast or famine, this is the biggest feast or famine. Rutgers is going to roll Notre Dame, and then Rutgers is going to roll Alabama. And it's going to be 68-60.
Well, I had Rutgers beating Notre Dame and then upsetting Alabama as well. So
Well, that's because we're genius people, Rob. I mean, I just scored another 146 on an IQ test again.
TA, what do you think?
Same. I think Rutgers emerges and
All right.
makes it to 16.
All right, how
Guys,
about
we have
Texas
B.
Tech?
Hey, we don't have BDE. We have BBE. Big brain energy. And yes, I'm playing with scissors.
Jesus Christ.
Wait until he cuts himself, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going to stab himself in the temple. Texas Tech versus Montana State. I think Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is going to go very far in this tournament, and they are going to roll.
They're 7-4 against top 25 teams.
I
Like,
believe
they
this
just
game is
played
going to be like a 50. This is going to be like a 15-point spread. I would take it all the way to 22.
Well, there you go. How about Michigan State versus Davidson?
Now, what's pissing me off about this is I hit myself in the eye. Everybody and their mother is on Davidson.
Right.
And you know what happens because I'm 63% of the year. Units only go up. The YouTube show that's coming out, people watch it. Rob, Tyler, when everybody and their mother's on a team, what do? We
bet
fade
against the public.
Michigan State is going to win.
That's the Izzo effect, just like that Wisconsin game where the kid didn't even dribble.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, if you think more of that's going to happen in the tournament, then yeah, I definitely think
right with us. Ratchet Boy's with me. He said, me, my mama, and my grandma all got Davidson losing. See?
There you go. All right. So then they're going to be playing the winner of Duke versus CSU Fullerton. It's a good it's a good baseball school.
Coach K is not going to go out. Sorry, guys. I have my window open. I'm screaming outside. Coach K is not going to go out.
Well, this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. Okay, right? So Duke is going to then play Michigan State in the second round for the final farewell tour.
That's what they matched up for because they're going to give Coach K a Sweet 16 win over a rival Tom Izzo. So that's why Duke's going to go on. This is
Well, that's the round of 32. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's keep going.
No,
Baylor
I'm saying he's going
versus
to beat Michigan State to
get into the Sweet 16. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Baylor versus Norfolk State. Baylor.
I mean, Norfolk State.
Yeah.
Baylor. Yeah, just Baylor. We're just Baylor.
Yeah. Norfolk State is a very good team, and this is a shit.
You want to know what's weird is nobody's really talking about Baylor.
Because they have the hardest bit of the bracket.
But I'm just saying, nobody talked about Baylor last year, and look what happened.
Yeah. It is weird for a returning champ to have, no hype. All right, 8 and 9, North Carolina versus Marquette. I'm going Marquette.
Same.
I will not go quietly into the night, and neither will UNC. I like UNC.
I mean, they do have a very, very high ceiling. They're going against guys
that are watching the show live on YouTube, Spike College Football Show. We are sponsored by the Iron Ostrich Network. We are sponsored by Nissan. Nissan's a good car. I have a Dodge though. We will be doing 2 out of 3. So Tyler and Rob both picked
Marquette.
So we're going to be moving on from there. So if you come by later, we're going to pick Marquette to move on.
Okay. St. Mary's versus either Wyoming or Indiana.
Indiana rolls Wyoming and St. Mary's.
I say that is 100% correct. I like Indiana to go to the round of 32.
They're playing at 12. My goodness. That is IU, right?
Hey, Rob, Ratchet Boy. Listen, Ratchet Boy agrees, and me and Ratchet Boy have been on the same page.
Well, that's good. If we have a 3-way tie, then Ratchet Boy can be our tiebreaker.
How would we have a 3-way tie?
If we do. So
we could have one in the play-in game. So if you pick Wyoming, I pick Indiana, and then Tyler picks St. Mary's.
Right. So that didn't happen.
Rob, again, that's called BBE, Big Brain Energy.
I'm glad you used the dull side that time to tap.
I did.
UCLA versus Akron.
Euclid big.
Yeah.
Euclid big.
Yep. Okay. Texas versus Virginia Tech, their first ACC basketball championship.
And I think
this might be one of the best games in the tournament. That's a bad game, if you know what I mean. Like, it's going to be a bad, ugly game.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good to watch at the end because it's going to be a buzzer beater game. But just give me Virginia Tech coming off the big win in the ACC.
Okay.
Technically, they shouldn't have even been here because they should have lost to Clemson in the quarters of the ACC tournament.
Right, and then they won out in order to get in. So they beat Duke. All right, Purdue versus Yale.
Yale shouldn't have won either. Princeton should have came back and won that game. They were the better team in the Ivy League all year. Princeton fucking blew it, and I would have picked Princeton right here in the spot, but I can't, so I digress.
So you're going to pick Purdue instead?
Yes.
Tyler?
This is definitely the battle of the white kids.
I don't like Purdue because Purdue seems notorious choke artist when it comes to big games.
Yeah,
well, do you consider a 14 seed against Yale a big game?
I'm going to reluctantly do Purdue. Reluctantly.
All right. We can pick Virginia Tech in the next round. We'll get there. Murray State versus San Francisco.
San Francisco.
What's that?
San Fran shouldn't have been in the fucking dance.
Thank you very much. They shouldn't even be in the tournament. San Francisco has no right to be in the tournament over the likes of Texas A&M or Xavier.
Dayton. This should have been Dayton's spot.
So give me Murray State. Give me the Racers.
Yep. Kentucky versus St. Peter's.
You guys know where St. Peter's is?
I believe it's in Russia.
That's St. Petersburg.
I was waiting for a dick joke right here.
I need a podcast of all athletes play to speak on it. Calvin, you're in the right place. All we do is talk sports, baby. We're the Spike College Football Show doing the bracket busters right now. Rob, I'm going to go. St. Peter's is, I believe, a smaller school in the New York area. I think there's like 3,200 total students. Good for them. You know, little engine that coulds going to get blown out.
Yeah, I mean, they're from the MAC, not MAC, MAAC.
They're from the Siena. That's where Siena is. That's all the New York schools. Siena,
the
Hartford,
Peacocks.
Rider.
Shout out to Hartford.
Shout out Rico Bosco from Barstool. His boys go to St. Pete. That's where you go. You go to those schools.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Let's see. Arizona versus a play-in game. Looks like Bryson versus Wright State.
No, it's Brian.
BRY. Brian, even better.
Again, shout out Rico Bosco. Give me Bryant. The number one scorer in America plays for Bryant. 25 points a game. He's slipping my mind. Bryant will win the play-in game and get blown out by Arizona.
All right. TA?
Arizona all day.
Who wins the play-in game?
Doesn't matter. They get blown out by Zona.
I mean, technically, it does count as they win in the tournament.
True. I'll go with Bryant.
Same.
All right. Seton Hall versus TCU.
This is another, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, whoever we decide to go through is going to beat Arizona. They're both gritty teams. TCU played in a hell of a conference. Seton Hall is just, they're grinders.
Yep. Classic Big East nonsense.
You guys pick, and then I'll pick whichever one you don't. I don't know.
So I'm going to go with the fact that TCU in a very tough conference went 5-6 versus top 25 teams, and Seton Hall went 3-6.
You just convinced me. You're right. I like the stats. Rob, way to throw the stats out there. TCU, baby.
Well, thank you to ESPN for giving me the stats because I didn't know their schedule versus top 25 teams, but now I do. All right. What do you think, Tyler?
Hey, Ratchet Boys going TCU too, guys. We must be on it. We're on like a symbiotic thing right now.
Well, that's good.
TCU as well because I just don't like Seton Hall.
Like the Pirates from New Jersey. Anyway, Houston versus UAB.
Huh. Listen, there's a man at UAB. His name is Jelly. He is a bad man. He is probably going to be a top 3 pick. Give me the upset, baby.
Wow.
Give me the upset. Give me the coach coming back, coaching his boys to the tournament. He used to play for the team. Give me UAB and an upset.
Okay. Okay.
And the kid's gonna drop 40. You heard it here first.
I mean, that's going to be tough against Houston, who only allows less than 60 points a game.
You heard it here first.
All right.
Rob, who told you before the season Georgia was winning the national championship? Who said that?
Different sport.
People forget though. Who said that?
It's the guy with scissors in his hands. All right, I'll go with UAB in the upset. That's fine. We need some upsets anyway. I just
and Ratchet Boy's 100% correct on the chat. He said if he goes for 25 plus, they win. If not, bye.
Yeah, well, because Houston's not used to letting people score on them. So, all right. How about Illinois versus Chattanooga?
Hi, babe. There's my fiance over there. She's flashing me through. I'm out where I'm looking out the window, and she's walking the dog, and she just showed her titties for everybody.
Well, for you.
Yeah, but there's other people around. Let me see those milkers again.
Jesus Christ, I could hear her laughing. I'm going to go with Illinois since Johnny wants to avoid the topic. What do you think, Tyler?
I think Illinois is the best all-around team of the tournament.
Tyler, I did my bracket. This is a smart man. Illinois, Kofi.
I mean, he's so good.
And you want to know what? They lost last year early. Give me Kofi.
Well, they don't have – I mean, I like their coach a lot better with the experience that he got from last year because in years past when Illinois got a lot of hype coming into the tournament, they would flame out super early. But all right. How about Colorado State versus Michigan?
Guys, we have 1,000 likes so far on TikTok.
Well, that's because
thank you. We're going to be doing. I think we're going to be doing this. Thank you for joining us. This is Spiked College Football Show on the Iron Ostrich Network. We're doing bracket busters. Johnny B, Tyler, and Rob. I know I am the ugliest one. I know, but I do have the most charisma, and we're going to give it to you guys. We're going to give it to you raw. Let's go. Next round.
Colorado State versus Michigan. I'm picking Colorado State. I don't care. First time I've ever seen them ranked in single digits or even in the tournament. I can't remember them being in the tournament.
Everybody's picking Michigan. This is a wide open area in the bracket. You know what, Rob? What happens when everybody picks somebody?
We fade them.
Go Colorado State. Go Rams.
Same. God, I want to see Juwan Howard blow up.
I want to see Juwan Howard punch somebody in the face. That'd be awesome.
Yep. All right. How about Tennessee versus a true Cinderella story, Longwood?
Well,
First trip ever.
Let's not get out of control. They should have lost to Long Beach. So give me.
Well, they should have, but they've won 19 of the last 20, so that makes it their streak. They're red.
You know something? You know something? Tennessee, all they do is blow. I'm going Longwood.
Same, Longwood. I'm Team Longwood. I'm white, baby.
Rob, with that stat and what Tennessee does in big games in every single sport, give me Longwood to pull an upset at the buzzer.
Well, here's the other stat that actually convinced me. Winning 19 of 20 is great, but when you are 38.6% from 3-point range,
I was just going to ask you what they shot from three.
That makes you very, very just formidable. And you're hot. You're hot, and you take shots from 3-point land.
It's that old adage when you play basketball. I'm a football player. I have my jersey retired. It's right there. Jersey's retired on the chair. Listen, you shoot to get hot, and you shoot to stay hot.
So they should shoot a lot. Yeah, as long as they limit the turnovers. If they don't turn the ball over too much against Tennessee, like absurd amounts, then they'll be in it at the end if they are making their 3-point shot.
Right.
So buzzer beater. Okay, now we've reached Ohio State versus Loyola of Chicago. We already heard it first from Ratchet Boy. We're
going to disagree because Grandma Jean, Aunt Jean, Nun Jean, whatever the fuck her name is, she's 180. She's 185 years old. Yep. Let me ride the old bag one more time. Let me go Loyola.
That was what he said, right? Didn't he say that Loyola would beat Ohio State?
You know what he said? Maybe he did. Maybe we're on the same page.
I'm pretty sure he did. That was what you called out earlier.
With the chat and everything, you know what I mean? I'm keeping it kind of tame right now for TikTok. If they would have seen our real show, you know what I mean?
I know. It's okay. You know how to post or not post. You know how to put the link in there for people to watch. All right. Villanova versus Delaware.
I really want Delaware to upset.
Jameer Nelson Jr. That'd be nice.
I really do.
You know what? Jameer Nelson was amazing in the tournament, if you guys remember, in 2000.
Oh, yeah. I remember him very well.
You know what? Give me his kids. Let's go. No, I can't do it. Villanova. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So
Villanova's such a cold team, though.
They're cold. The biggest thing is that,
but they're also
they make their free throws
very well. They're also coached very well.
They're coached well. Jay Wright's a good coach, but they make their free throws, and I don't see anything in here about Delaware being super fast paced and causing mistakes and stuff like that, which is really the style that you need to have in order to disrupt Villanova's very machine-like, I don't even know their style. So,
just what's the Gillespie kid got shut out the first half of the Big East championship game. I'm just like,
yeah, I mean they're a very cold team, but they're just coached. They're coached so well.
Fine, I'll go Villanova.
You don't have to. You can log your minority report.
I don't want to, but
hey, Ratchet Boy says, "Great job, got to run." Thank you, Ratchet Boy. Come hang out.
Thank you, Ratchet.
We're always going to be doing this kind of shit, so.
That is true. That's what we do. Are you going to log it, or are we going to move on to the last quarter of the bracket so we can keep it rolling?
Go ahead.
Okay. Kansas versus, I don't know who TCC is, but Texas Southern, one of the last play-ins. Who's TCC?
I have no idea.
Okay. I mean,
just who's the one seed?
Oh, Kansas.
Yep.
Right.
Let's just move on. We don't have to talk about that.
All right. No way.
What?
Tallahassee Community College, Tacoma Community College. That can't be right.
There's a Division I community college. I fucking love it. I love it.
That can't be right. I'll look it up later. All right. San Diego State versus Creighton.
Creighton always likes Creighton. Just Creighton.
I'm going Creighton too. I'm a homer.
Fundamentally sound.
And people forget the next round. It's the battle of Kansas after.
No, it's not.
Isn't Creighton in Kansas?
Creighton's in Omaha, where I'm trying to relocate to.
It's the same fucking thing. No offense to the.
While we're talking about corn,
I want to have season tickets next season is the goal.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. Just while we're here, we're just gonna say Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, all the same state. Just what it is.
Well, Iowa's next on the list versus Richmond.
Iowa's a hot team. Give me Iowa.
Yeah, that conference.
I don't think Richmond's the team. Yeah, I don't think Richmond's the team.
What's up, your boy J2000? What's up? We're talking college basketball right now. What's going on? I'm on a live. We're doing a podcast. If you haven't been with us, we're doing the podcast with the boys. Let's go. We'll do a podcast.
Providence versus San Diego State.
San Diego State all day.
Wow.
No.
They haven't lost since December 15th.
They have the longest win streak.
Give me Ed Cooley, and all they do is win close games.
That is true. Now, San Diego,
they're
against any other team, I would say Providence will be fine. However, the most accurate team from 3-point range in the tournament is San Diego State. The most accurate team.
Give me Ed Cooley. I'm standing my ground.
All right.
The most fraudulent Big East championship that they didn't even play 3 games, but yet still had the best overall regular season record.
Sometimes if you guys want to put through San Diego State, that's fine. But you've heard my.
I'm gonna put in San Diego State because I love the upsets.
South Dakota, right?
South Dakota. Yeah, San Diego's.
We know what you were saying.
Right.
South Dakota. SU. The other SDs.
SDSU, and I'm not going to bring this up because it's not. We shouldn't bring race into everything. They're just a bunch of white boys huffing threes. And when they actually have somebody that can actually guard them, Just saying.
I mean, that's fair, but San Diego State has not lost a game this season
It's
when they're
South
leading
Dakota,
at halftime.
South Dakota State.
South Dakota State
and
has not lost a game this season when leading at
let's
halftime.
just put this out there. They're real scrappy, is all I'm going to say. We're not going to make it a race thing. They're just real scrappy, and they play in a real scrappy conference, if you know what I mean.
You're supposed to call them gym rats.
They're real bookworms. They really study the play sheet.
But they also have 14 wins, 20 points or more. So that's why I'm doing it.
I think that whoever goes through will lose to anyway, so it's kind of a point. But all right, LSU versus Iowa State.
Give me Iowa State. LSU lost their coach.
They did indeed. What do you think, Tyler?
Same.
All right. Wisconsin versus Colgate.
I want to do it so bad.
Do it, because I'm doing it. Colgate's going to upset Wisconsin.
Colgate can shoot the three.
40.1% from three-point range on the season.
Colgate can shoot the fucking three.
And also, don't get me started about the rankings, because I think it's absolutely fraudulent that Iowa wins Big Ten title.
And they're a fucking 5 seed.
Yeah. And when Michigan loses to Nebraska in the end of the regular season, when they say the committee's supposed to take in from early November till now, when that is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard.
I think you give me Colgate, because Colgate will bury threes.
Yep. Now, it's not old school Wisconsin
and people forget. I think it was 7-8 years ago. Same type of team from the same part of New York. Cornell knocked off Wisconsin by shooting the three ball.
Now it's a different coach, so it's a different philosophy, but I'm down with that. All right. We've got Miami, USC versus Miami. Miami's at the 10 seed.
Give me
Miami. I think Miami may be the scrappiest team in the tournament.
Which is weird, because they're not the hue of the. Never mind.
They're just a tough fucking team. I don't even think they're particularly good. I think that there's no reason for them to even
just
have
watch
gotten
them play Duke the other night. They don't have a front court at all, and they're scrappy.
They just don't quit. Okay. Auburn versus Jacksonville State. I would love to see Jacksonville pull off an upset, but not against a team like Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah. I don't see them doing against Auburn. Some other 2 seed, perhaps. They're 38% from 3-point range, but okay. Let's start with Gonzaga versus Memphis in round of 32.
I kind of want to pull the trigger against. Give me Gonzaga, barely. I mean, very barely.
Okay. See, what do you got?
Gonzaga.
All right. UConn versus Arkansas.
Since I put them through, Arkansas.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think, TA?
I'm torn on this one, but I think UConn. So,
of course, you're going to put it on me. So
he's going to pick UConn.
I'm probably going to pick UConn. Here's why. They'll come back. It's fine. Here's why. UConn excels at rebounding, and they have size. And the thing that Arkansas sucks at is getting rebounds, and they don't have any size because they don't have any size.
They are so much more athletic, and Musburger is such a good coach.
I understand that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that if they don't make their shots.
hasn't had any quad 1 wins this year.
I don't think that's
Arkansas
true.
has like 5.
So quad 1 is top 30 teams.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're 3-4 against top 25. UConn is. Arkansas is 4-1.
Thank you.
Yeah. But they've had 3 quad 1 wins right there.
Yeah, but their quad 1 win, no, because that doesn't count. No, fake.
like I said, if the thing that UConn is susceptible is to an opponent who shoots the three well.
Okay.
Arkansas does not shoot the three well. That is one of their weak points. So I just think that the matchup is there for UConn to pull it. I don't think UConn will beat Gonzaga or any other team.
That's why I'm putting Arkansas through, because Arkansas can beat Gonzaga. UConn can't.
I understand that. I'm worried that Arkansas can't beat UConn because it's literally the only team they don't match up well against. But, all right. Since he already told us that he was putting UConn through, we can move on to the next one. So I think we talked about, Rutgers, Notre Dame. Well, it's Rutgers. We all said Rutgers versus Texas Tech.
Texas Tech big.
Yeah, I don't think as scrappy as Rutgers may be.
They'll win 2 games. They'll win the play-in. They'll win that, and then they're done.
Yep. All right, Duke versus Michigan.
Duke big.
Duke. That might be the highlight. Oh, he made it to the Sweet 16, but still, I don't see that not happening. Like I said, it's this fucking last year, and they've been so shitty in the big games up until this point. It's like they're lulling everybody into a sense of false security.
Yeah.
Okay. Baylor versus Marquette.
Baylor. Now, you know what? Shaka Smart. The 40 minutes in hell. Give me Shaka Smart and Marquette. They play the same type of basketball, but Shaka Smart is always great when he's the underdog. He's never good when he has the hosses. He doesn't have the hosses. Give me Shaka Smart and Marquette.
It will be 40 minutes of hell. Marquette, they're all pacing. That's what they've always. That's who Shaka Smart is.
That's what Shaka does at VCU. Listen, he was terrible in Texas, but when he was at VCU, nobody wanted to play them in the tournament.
Exactly. Well, because you needed the guys who actually bought into the system. Texas didn't do that. Shocking. All right. IU versus UCLA.
UCLA. Just because of their run last year, they have most of their guys back. UCLA.
As good as Indiana might have been played, again, same idea. You get 2 games in with the play-in. Got it. Okay. Virginia Tech versus Purdue.
Purdue big. Real big.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to live up to expectation one of these times.
I don't think this is the time to do it. Against the ACC tournament winner.
You cannot continue to keep losing every single year.
I mean, but they've done it every single year.
They can't. Give me Purdue. Purdue's going to move on.
Oh my God. I'm picking Virginia Tech, but that's fair. We'll go with Purdue for purposes of the official bracket because Tyler's not here. I don't know where the fuck he went, but
I don't know where he went.
All right, Murray State versus Kentucky.
Kentucky big in the Battle of the Bluegrass State.
All right. Pretty big. Next? All right. Next we have Arizona versus TCU.
Arizona. I said I was going to put TCU, but I can't. I can't.
Do you think that what is it? Krisa? Do you think their point guard's going to come back in time for the tournament?
Give me Arizona. TCU. Give me TCU because the quarterback. Wow. Give me TCU because the point guard is still going to be legit. Yeah, give me TCU. They play fucking great defense and they can rebound.
Yep. That's what it says. They held Big 12 foes to just 31% shooting during the regular season.
Camo 528 just said TCU as well. So
there you go.
I'm going to say TCU.
You're egging us on, guys.
We're doing the college bracket right now, guys. Spike College Football Show brings you the Bracket Busters. We are doing the podcast. Here you go. I can't see it, but we are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. Sorry about that. Here we go. All
right. Illinois versus UAB.
Illinois big. Don't even talk to me about anybody else. Illinois big. Illinois.
How about Colorado State versus Longwood, who just had the biggest upset of their freaking lives?
Rob, you always know this happens. I don't want to do this to your team, but the team that wins their first game stays hot, gets hot, shoots hot, gets hot. Give me Longwood too. I'm sorry, they're going to pull it over Colorado State.
Really? See, okay, all right. I'm expecting the big letdown, but I guess that's because that's more of a football thing.
The big letdown doesn't happen that much. It happens the next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah, not the yeah. And that's day
very
2.
rarely does a very high team like that let down the next game.
Right. Gotcha.
They're too much on a high.
I'm still picking Colorado State, but I understand.
Thank you for the love. It's Camo. He just keeps liking everything. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate
it. All right. Kansas versus I'm sorry. Villanova. There's Tyler. Villanova versus Loyola Chicago.
Well, this is the battle of Jesus.
This is a battle of Jesus. Hey,
this
TA.
Is the battle of Jesus. Villanova versus
Loyola.
Battle of Jesus. Give me the oldest bag in the kitchen.
Sister Jean all day.
Give me Sister Jean.
Sister Jean. All right.
Give me
I mean, that was the one kryptonite. If we recall, the one kryptonite Illinois had last year was Loyola Chicago. Battle of Illinois.
Yeah, but I mean, the Battle of Jesus, you got to go with Sister Jean, right?
Of course, of course. Who's channeling Jesus more? It's probably not Jay Wright. All right, Kansas versus Creighton.
Kansas big.
Kansas
big.
In the Battle of Corn. All right, how about Iowa versus South Dakota State? I said it right this time.
Iowa, very big, very underranked, very, very, very big win here.
It is crazy how underranked they are.
I'm telling you, South Dakota State is going to make the upset.
Against Iowa? Wow. We could have used you earlier. All right. And Iowa State versus Colgate, guaranteed, if this holds, a guaranteed double-digit into the Sweet 16.
Give me Colgate. Colgate.
All right. And then Miami versus Auburn. We're picking Auburn.
Auburn
right?
big. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Auburn big over Miami.
That's fair. All right. Let's see. What is going on here?
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We are doing the Bracket Boys right here. We are live. Guys, we have 1,400 likes so far on the live.
Mostly from that one guy. I appreciate him.
Appreciate it. Let's go. Next bracket. What are we doing?
Gonzaga versus UConn.
Gonzaga by probably 35.
Yep. Because TA, I picked UConn over Arkansas. So.
Me too. But I like Johnny said, it's Gonzaga's end of the bracket to leave. So.
Yep. No, that's true.
Yeah, Gonzaga big in this one.
Texas Tech versus Duke. In the
Texas Tech by a lot.
Duke falls apart in the second half. Like once the 8 minutes,
Duke doesn't have the athletes to go 40 minutes. They don't have the athletes. It's Texas Tech big. Texas Tech 10 or 12.
Like I don't have them emerging out of the second round
against Michigan State.
Right.
We both went with Duke because that to us was going to be like the pinnacle of the tournament for
that's gonna be Coach
K to beat Izzo the last time and get to the Sweet 16 and then go out.
I think Texas Tech big here.
Yeah. Same.
All right. I picked Marquette over UCLA. But I picked.
And I followed you.
Okay. So Marquette versus UCLA. What do we got?
I'm taking Marquette. I'm telling you, Shaka Smart, man. All he does is get his teams to the Elite Eight and then loses. That's what he does. He gets his teams to the Elite Eight when they're underdogs, and then he loses.
Right. Virginia Tech versus Kentucky.
Kentucky by 1,000.
I'm going Virginia Tech.
Damn.
You guys forget they don't even belong in the tournament.
I mean,
they won the ACC.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing is that they don't belong in the tournament.
Very down, though. Very down ACC.
That's fair. But they don't belong in the tournament, and yet they prevailed over, a few decent teams.
If you guys want to take Virginia Tech, that's fine. I'm taking
Kentucky. No, I'm good. I'm good with taking Kentucky at that point. Then they can run into Marquette. All right. Illinois versus TCU.
Illinois big over TCU.
All right. How about Colorado State versus Loyola?
Loyola.
Rob, I'm sorry, but your boys are out. Rams are out. They should have been out last round. They're out.
Let's see. They are. I mean, that's the thing is Loyola, because of Sister Jean, are very, very experienced in big games.
Yep.
And Colorado State is not.
Nope. They haven't been in the tournament since your dad went there in 1978.
88. I'm not that fucking old. Anyway,
Whatever.
Kansas versus Iowa.
Iowa, big.
If they make it that far.
I
Iowa,
think Kansas.
big.
I like Iowa over Kansas.
Smart man,
But-
Rob.
But again, we have to have Iowa get there, right? Because I know we were having picks against them as well. Auburn versus Colgate.
Listen, what did I tell you last round? Miracle Run is over. Now they're playing the real teams, Auburn.
All right.
Auburn.
Elite Eight. Gonzaga versus Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
It's good, like I said, it's Gonzaga's end of the bracket to lose. Gonzaga.
I'm not mad about that. I don't think they're that good. Until they actually win one of these, I'll never pick them past this round.
Well, so let's ask. Texas Tech and Gonzaga played this year, and Texas Tech lost by 14.
Mm-hmm. You know how hard it is to beat two teams twice?
No, so that's my question is they lost by 4. They didn't just lose. They lost by 14. So does that mean that they are prepared for Gonzaga? Like they've been waiting for this game to come back and because they haven't lost to anybody that
Gonzaga played a team that was any good. What was it in December?
They lost to Duke by 3. I think that was in December.
That was in December.
They lost to Alabama by 9
in December.
Yeah. They went 2-1 against St. Mary's, who I think they played more recently.
Okay, the whole St. Mary's, San Francisco, they're not good.
I like the fact that Texas Tech already played Gonzaga and lost to them by 14. It's pretty much their worst loss of the entire year. So I think they'll be ready. I think Texas Tech will be ready for them. I think Texas Tech, if anything, they might look past other teams if they have too easy a schedule. They're looking at beating Gonzaga.
They want Gonzaga in the Elite Eight, yeah.
I think that's who they're looking for. Okay. All right, Kentucky versus Marquette.
Shaka does one thing. He gets his teams to the Elite Eight and then loses. Give me Kentucky.
What do you think, TA?
I guess Marquette, because I find it suspect that Tennessee and Kentucky have played 3 times, and Tennessee has won 2 out of the 3. So I just don't believe Kentucky is the all-around team that we believe they are.
I don't think they are either. I think they have an easy draw. That's why they're this.
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
You're the tiebreaker.
I am looking at their schedule. Jesus, Kentucky beat Kansas by 18. That must have been pretty early on. I don't remember that happen at Kansas. It's impressive.
So was that Allen Fieldhouse shit.
Yeah, and then they beat North Carolina by 29. Again, I don't think that was recently, but still, holy crap. Yeah, that's true. The only team they really struggled with, they lost to Auburn at Auburn by 9. They lost to Duke by 8, and they went 1-2 against Tennessee. Those
Tennessee's
are really
a good team, though. So that's what you know what I mean. And they're matchup. It's all about matchups. So
that is true. I think Kentucky. I think Kentucky has enough depth in their. They have actual upperclassmen for once, and I think they have some more depth in the bench than they would have in years past to withstand the Shaka Smart. Because that's the other thing is that Kentucky's played Shaka Smart teams. Calipari's run into Shaka Smart many times. So I would pick Kentucky.
Kentucky moves on. Next game.
Yep.
Illinois versus Loyola. They get the rematch. They get the rematch of the Battle of Illinois.
I'm going to keep telling you, I did my bracket already. This is the Illinois redemption year. It's Illinois by 30.
Illinois. Yep.
Is Sister Jean going to have a heart attack or something? Like, what are we talking about here?
Sister Jean's going to give in.
All right.
Well, don't get me wrong. The Sister Jean does die during this run. You got to almost count them into the Final Four, but I don't think she does.
I think she's going to keep on trucking. Auburn versus Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa. You're going to take Iowa in that spot.
Yep.
TA?
I think Auburn is a little overrated.
See, I don't. I think Auburn does it. It's going to be one of them gritty last minute buzzer beaters.
Hey, you want to know something?
Up.
This might be the game of the entire tournament if this happens.
Yeah,
but I think Auburn pulls it off.
I'm going to go with Iowa, and here's why. And I don't want to see so many fucking Big Ten teams in the Final Four because it never fucking happens. But
they haven't won a national title in like 20 years, Rob. It's never going to happen.
What, Big Ten?
Yeah, the Big Ten hasn't won Big Michigan State.
Well, other than Michigan State, I know. No, I know. Auburn does not have any experience in these big tournaments, which is demonstrated by the fact that they lost to A&M, right? In the first round of the SEC tournament.
Yep.
So I think that they will do fine up until that point. I don't think that anybody else has the skill and we'll say the streakiness to give them a really difficult time up until this point. But if Iowa does actually make it to the Elite Eight after beating Kansas, I think that they have a legitimate shot. Let's put it this way. If it's a gritty game, if it's a down to the buzzer beater, I think that Auburn chokes because they have an experience. If it's not a close game, then
they have an experience and they have one player that can make its own shot. And that's it. Everybody else is just a role player.
Which is good. It should get them very far. But if it's a close game, like you're saying, I go with the team with more experience of winning tournaments in recent memory.
Next game.
All right, Final Four. We have number 2 Kentucky versus number 3 Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Yep.
And the other Final Four matchup, number 4 Illinois versus number 5 Iowa.
Illinois.
My goodness.
Illinois wins the whole fucking thing, Rob. Let's go. It's the Kofi Coburn fucking redemption tour.
All right. TA, who do you got as the national champion in New Orleans?
Illinois.
That's exactly how I did my bracket, Rob. I did 2 of them. Each time I had Illinois winning.
All right. What's the final score, guys? We need a tiebreaker.
78-71.
78-71. TA?
That was around what I had it. I think I put 74-71, so I can go with that. 78-71.
All right. We'll do 78-71. We'll go with Johnny because if we don't do it and then he's right, we'll never fucking hear the end of it.
Yeah, if you don't do that, I'm right. You're never going to hear the end of it.
All right. Very good. So I'm actually entering this in.
So there was our live. I'll be back later. There was the college football, boom, college basketball. Thanks for joining the live, guys. Thank you very much. Peace out. Remember, follow everything, do all that good stuff.
You better make sure to actually put those links in. It'll be kind of hard for people to follow if you don't actually put them in.
Damn, bro. That was a lot of fucking things going on there.
Yeah, that's good. All right. And submitted and saved. We actually officially have it into the brackets as well, so we can follow it. And one more thing. Because Tone could not be here today, I very specifically asked him for some input on the women's tournament, which has been going on well. I know. Now, funny enough.
Is it whoever makes the best cake?
You're an asshole.
That's a
I
very
really hope your fiance is there so she can whack you.
It's funny because I cook her dinner. Like I made her homemade dinner.
I know. You're the one who makes the cake. I get it. All right. So our resident expert on women's basketball, Tone Gordon, sent me his Final Four, and he had number 2 Iowa versus number 5 Oregon, which is a very low seed in the Final Four of a women's basketball tournament. And then on the other side, UConn versus Maryland, which is a 4
UConn
seed.
a 2 seed?
UConn's a 2 seed. Iowa's a 2 seed, and he thinks they're going to be playing a 5 seed in Oregon and 4 seed in Maryland in the Final Four. But both 2 seeds will advance to the final, and he has Iowa beating UConn in the final.
Let me ask you a question about that. When's the last time UConn wasn't a 1 seed?
It's been a while.
I think that's ludicrous.
I mean, it's probably not great, But that's the thing is, I think that's why he's picking UConn to make it to the final, because that's a lot of disrespect, right? A lot of disrespect. And so, and they still got Paige buckets. It's not like that she didn't win it. She didn't go anywhere. So I don't know.
Hurt, though.
She was hurt. I know. But so he's picking Iowa to beat UConn in the final. Obviously, I've got a UConn bias. I'd prefer that score be flipped and it be 78-77 UConn. But I mean, he's the expert. So I will mention as well that the places that they're playing in the Final Four, it's listed Greensboro, Wichita, which makes sense for Iowa, and Spokane, Bridgeport, Connecticut, which again speak to UConn. So there's actual home field advantage for these two teams in the Final Four if they make it that far. So I'm willing to go with them on that as well. I just wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to the women's bracket because it took us an hour with TA missing for part of it to do the men's bracket. So I wanted to make sure we at least had a shout out for the women's bracket because they have just as much chances for betting. In fact, you might make a lot more money off of the women's bracket than the men's. So definitely go check it out. If nothing else, feminism aside, you should actually check it out. All right. You guys want to throw in anything else? We got 2 minutes before we hit that 10 o'clock marker in Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Spike College Football Show, iNotch's Network, Card Daddy 88 on TikTok, Card Daddy 88. We'll be coming back next season stronger, better, bigger than ever. Spike College Football Show. We'll be going live. We'll be doing a couple of little things. Me and Rob will be together. No more COVID, so we can get together. We'll be going live on TikTok, doing other things. I'll be doing cards. We'll be doing college football. We're going to do something during the off season. We haven't yet nailed it down yet. We've had some bigger news. We have some new recruits coming into our lives, which we will announce soon. We're not doing it yet, but we are having things and
we're adding bigger and better.
We're adding recruits to the family, is what we can say right now. We'll leave you on that little teaser. So that's where we've been. We've been doing things, and that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I have the best hats, the best smile. Your baby mama's favorite bookie. Your baby mama's favorite fucking. I don't remember the fucking thing right now. I'm out of control right now. I did a lot of talking and doing a lot of talking. Baby mama's favorite bookie.
Your wife's favorite.
Wifey's favorite gambler. There we go.
There it was.
TA, you got some sign off?
Just check out Off the Rails Pod, my pod, the Anomalies Pod, and these guys. And Iron Ostrich Network. Go follow it on the Twitter. Hopefully we'll get a website here going soon.
I hope so. My thoughts need to be out into the world.
So make sure to follow us on Twitter. All three of us individually. These are our Twitter handles. I'm the only one who actually put the @ sign because I'm a professional, unlike these guys.
What?
but
I had to move to my phone because the internet show.
I mean, that's fair. That's true. You're very resilient, Tyler. I appreciate that about you. So anyway, thanks for joining us. This is technically the inaugural second season of Bracket Boys. We will see you with all of our fun stuff. Johnny calls me about every other week with a brand new wonderful idea that Barstool will try and steal within about a week or two after that.
And they steal it.
And they steal it, and they do a great job. So, but definitely check out the Spike Show. So it's spiked on fucking YouTube and
Twitter.
Make sure to follow us on the Twitter, follow us on TikTok. Apparently.
Card Daddy 88 TikTok.
As always, guys.
I want to go live.
Yeah, we'll do it soon.
Live.
All right.
I want to go live.
guys. Boom. Are you really doing it as a suck it symbol?